In this video, we'll demonstrate how to reseat the lock bar on the Catalyst 1 chemistry analyzer. The lock bar controls the locking and unlocking of the sample drawer. When the lock bar is not seated properly in the analyzer, sample drawer errors can occur. To resolve this problem, you'll need to either remove or reseat the lock bar. Before you begin, power off the analyzer by pressing and holding the start button until the green LED turns off. Turn the Catalyst 1 analyzer so that the side door is facing you, and then remove the side door. Before you make contact with the internal components, be sure to put on a pair of clean, powder-free latex or nitrile gloves to avoid contaminating the internal components of the analyzer. Using a flashlight, look at the area above the sample drawer. You'll notice that the lock bar is either seated on the sample drawer in the locked position or is hanging from the robot arm. If the lock bar is in the raised or unlocked position, you'll need to release it. To do so, push up on the lock bar until it unlatches from the robot arm. Next, rotate the robot arm clockwise and slide it to the reagent side of the sample drawer. Be careful to only move the robot arm by its plastic components. Next, you'll need to remove the lock bar so that you can inspect it for damage. To remove the lock bar, lift up the pipette tip side of the lock bar, angle it toward the side door, and remove it from the analyzer. Move the lock bar weight up and down to make sure it can move freely. Next, check the clips under the area where the lock bar connects to the robot arm to ensure they're still intact. Check the underside of the lock bar to ensure that its magnet is still in place. Then wipe the lock bar clean with an IDEXX-approved alcohol prep pad. If there is damage to the lock bar, please contact IDEXX technical support to obtain a replacement. Return the lock bar to the Catalyst 1 analyzer at an angle, making sure that the magnet side is inserted first and the lock bar weight is aimed to the rear of the analyzer. Insert the lock bar with the reagent side going into the reagent side corner. Once the lock bar is in the corner, hold the top of the lock bar on the tip side. Gently lift up while seating it into the groove. Grab the center slide chimney and gently lift the reagent side of the lock bar and pull back to release it into the groove. When the lock bar is in the correct locked position, it should be sitting on top of the sample drawer, and each end of the lock bar should be resting in a set of grooves on either side. It should not move front to back, only side to side. Replace and then close the side door. Rotate the analyzer so the sample drawer is facing forward. Press the Start button to restart the analyzer. The analyzer will automatically begin to reset and initialize. The analyzer should return to a ready state once the initialization is complete. For additional information on this or other Catalyst 1 workflows, visit idexlearningcenter.com/Catalyst 1.